Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it?
Welcome everyone to the UFFL 2017 League. I'm the Stubborn. Look who's back.
Yours truly, Junior, is back.
That's right. That's right. He's back. We're able to have your shows again. The condo that I gave him a couple years ago in Indiana just didn't work out. So we decided, let's come back, move to Wisconsin. And then he said, hey, why don't we get back together like we did in the old league, which we don't name that because it's under copyright laws by a different owner. So we don't announce that anymore. And I said, you know what? That's right. It's time to get the Stubborn and the Junior back. So here we are. 2017, ready to rock and roll. So, hey, we need to see this. Obviously, we have a tentative date of August 26th scheduled. However, there could be a very huge conflict that Junior can explain here in a second. So, I'll probably do a post on our website to see how the 19th works. Patrick and April, this is important for you guys as well, seeing as how you're hosting us again. If August 19th works for you guys, so again, I'll do a post here tonight in chat or whatever, and then the consensus, we'll see if everybody can do the 19th instead of the 26th, because why, Junior?
Well, before I get into why we would change the draft, it's not just those condos that didn't work out. I had to upgrade, to the penthouse and everything. Thus, my new sponsorship of Mountain Dew that I now have. Obviously, you can see I don't have the Coca-Cola with me. I'd still rock the shirt, but gotta have the Mountain Dew because Dale Jr.'s leaving NASCAR, so somebody's got to represent Mountain Dew. So why not me? You know what? Yes, Mountain Dew with the new sponsorship. But as for going back to fantasy football related now, August 26th is an important date. Why, you must ask? Not because it's fantasy football reason, but because of personal reasons. Me and the missus will be celebrating our 5 years on that day. So obviously, due to reasons that I gotta deal with the missus on that day rather than fantasy football, because family does come first over fantasy football. That's the one thing I've always stressed upon. Family comes first, then fantasy football. I mean, I feel that's how a lot of us are. So it's not just I don't want to do the draft that day. If it has to be it, then we'll figure out a tentative thing. But looking, like we said, a tentative of maybe moving it up a week to August 19th. It doesn't really mess too far away from the regular season. So
no, what we checked, it's about it would be 2 weeks before. It would be 2 more preseason games, and the first NFL game kicks off. We just looked at, I think, September 7th or something like that. Whatever. So. We could do that, but like I said, I'll post on our chat, get a consensus to see if everybody can move it to the 19th. If we can't, then, brother Bruce, you got some explaining to do, and you'll probably have to draft for your son. But, again, we'll take care of that. I'll post on the site, plus you'll see this here. Anyway, what else do we have on this wonderful thing? Well, yeah, I guess, like I said, nice to have Junior back. We can do these shows. We'll probably do them on a weekly basis, and he must be talking to his wife now, so that way he doesn't have to worry about getting his you-know-what in a you-know-what ringer. But, oh well, what are you going to do? Regardless of the day, again, the draft will be at Patrick and April Liebert's house, so we want to thank them personally for hosting us again. A great place last year, and I'm sure it'll be a great place this year. We'll probably... I got it listed down farther, but we'll probably talk later about if we're going to have a cookout or we're going to do a dish to pass, but we'll do that through the website and stuff like that. So, otherwise, how was your off-season, Indiana-wise and fantasy football-wise?
Oh, sorry, that was my sponsorship, and now I got to talk to the other commissioner. The other commissioner, he likes to change things around a bit. You know, he's always got to change everything up. So
he changes his name, and now he's screwed you on a dig.
You've got the two better commissioners on this show. There's a reason why it's our show and we don't have him on. There's a reason why you get to deal with us. I mean, he just deals with all the legal matters. I mean, we did have to go through and try to sign us to a deal, because you know what? The deal we had before just wasn't working, so we had to get that contract extension. So yes, now you will have us again, and it's a good thing, because otherwise, who's going to give you and brighten up your guys' days? Who's going to be there to give you guys your laughter? I mean, obviously, come on. Who else are you going to find?
You enjoyed it in that other league again. We will not name that league because of probably copyright infringements and other situations that we won't go into at this time. But, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, our third year, things are going good. We do have a new owner. Do we have a new owner?
Yes, that is.
From a
very
former
good.
league of ours.
A very nice
acquisition.
acquisition.
Go ahead. Please take care of
This
it.
free agent we were able to snag from the league that shouldn't be named. So I feel, personally, this was a great asset to our league. Welcome Mike Krieger, for those of you who do know. He is a former champion. He is a Hall of Famer. Going to be a great competitor to have in this league. I thought it was a big-time sign for our part. And for those who do know him,
for the contract he got,
yes.
It was not
I mean, for those
hard,
who do know
boy,
who he
did
is,
we give him one hell of a contract.
this is going to be a great competitor to have in this league. This will make, in fact, it will make our league even stronger. We were strong last year. This is going to make it even more stronger. And for those who don't know who he is, well, you'll get to know who he is very shortly.
Absolutely. Knowing Mike like I do and we all do, he's going to be a game player, and he probably does have, and this is really I'm going to hear about it by my buddy Patrick, has the best quarterback on his roster in Aaron Rodgers. So, again, Mike, welcome. Glad to have you. Welcome aboard. You're going to enjoy this.
Yeah, how does that work? Packers fan ends up with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that would persuade somebody to come to this league. Oh, darn. So you mean I got to come to your league with Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback? Oh, shucks.
I messaged him one day. It could have been a Tuesday or whatever. 2 days later, by that time, Mike had an answer. I think Aaron Rodgers and the lucrative deal that we gave him to come aboard the Ultimate Fantasy Football League, signed him. Again, Mike, giving you smack, that you know that's what we do. Welcome aboard. Welcome to be here. Glad to have you. Our protected list, I guess, well, it is that we're going with a 4. And I see our other commissioner, I was going through rosters today just for craps and giggles. Do you realize your dad already has his protected 4 in?
Again, he likes to jump the ball a lot. He thinks that this is the 4 he's going to go with, but you know what? If that's what he wants to do, hey, let him do that. I mean, that's a good-looking 4 he's got, but as for everybody else, don't threat. If you don't have your 4, I think it's a little intimidating factor he likes to do, but we all know that just might come up a little short in the end.
I think so too. We do have it listed where, and I think this will stay the same regardless of whether we move the date or not. August 12th is the final, and we'll again post through the website reminders and stuff like that as far as when your 4s must be in. And they can be turned in any time. Obviously, if our third amigo, silent partner, commissioner turned his in already, you can turn yours in whenever you please. The downside of that, what he doesn't realize is right now, you know, we have had trade opening for quite a while. Right now, he can't deal with anybody.
Exactly. How it works is in previous years, obviously most of you should know this by now, protected 4s, once you turn them in, you may only trade those who have protected 4s. So therefore, as much as he jumped the gun with getting his protected 4s, he can't deal with anybody who doesn't have their 4s in. So therefore, it almost, you would think, puts him at a disadvantage, because that eliminates him from any trades he can do right now until another team puts their 4s in. But at the same time, maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe he's like, okay, if I put my 4s in, I eliminate myself so nobody can come trade with me. So in a way, he eliminates himself out of the trade, but he eliminates so nobody can come after him in for a trade. So it's smart, but at the same time, it could be a brilliant move. We don't know. I guess we'll find out.
He might even come up with another interesting situation that we'll never be able to figure out. But he could probably trade Melvin Gordon for David Johnson just for being interesting and say, you know him, he's He's a one in a million, and we'll leave it at that. He's a one in a million. So basically, again, like I said, August 12th will be. Everyone needs to have their 4 turned in, and I believe if I don't already, which I think I do, there'll be a link on the website where to post your 4, and there'll be reminders. I think it's in go over here under message board. Even the commissioners know what the message board is. I think we have it. Come on, don't let me down. Yes, protected 4 list. And of course, yep, here it is. Bruce Dukacek, the only one to turn his in so far. I don't know, but yes, there is a link to turn it in anytime, or if you have questions, want to message us, one of the commissioners can put them in as well, so it's not that huge of a deal, but, you know, you are able to do that on your own. You know, once they're turned in, if there's an issue, they say, hey, you put, you know, John Doe in there, but you wanted to do something different, that's fine, or if someone gets hurt, we'll take a look at the situation, vote on it, and we'll go from there. But like I said, you can either message one of us with your 4, or you can, I believe, do your own. Well, you can write your own 4 in. Obviously, only the commissioners can take them off the roster. So you can either post to the message board site. Wow, did you hear that? That is a new feature to the Extreme Fantasy Football League. That's our new sports car. I tell you, we are going places that we've never been before. And that was them making their introduction. Well, it sounded good anyway. But hey, what can we say? So anyway, yeah, for 4s. Again, our due on the 12th. We'll close for 2 days just to make sure all the 4s are set. You know, once 4s are set, we might even decide not to do that. We just like to make sure, you know, everything's right on the website, and we can rock and roll from there. So, you know, trade away, have fun, and remember your 4s. Another thing that I got for a note here is you are allowed not only to use your 2017 picks, but you are allowed to use your 2018 draft picks in trades now or during our draft. You know, obviously after the draft, you can't use a 2017 pick because what? You already made it. Anyway, so you are allowed to use 1 year past, which is 2018 picks when doing your trades. Anything in there that you want to add before we move on to the next category?
I mean, just basically that's the only little bit we decided that we're going to add with trades. Is probably that 2-day window, just like I said, it helps us to make sure we got 100% accuracy, because if we just all of a sudden, you got to have your 4s and then still allow trading. I mean, there's been times where we've had people trade with their protected 4s, and then now we're having to figure out, okay, what's what. So this way it kind of gives us the little extra security, and then this way it kind of gives everybody a little break. Okay, now you got your 4s in, now you got 2 days, then we'll open up trading, and then we'll close trading again probably right before the draft is what we're going to look at, because that also gives us that little time. Okay, we can finalize, this is all the stuff. Now we're not saying that you can't make any trades in those 2 days. You can go and talk with somebody and be like, hey, we want to trade, but if it's in that 2-day window, you cannot submit it to us until the 2 days have passed for at least the first time, and then obviously when we close it before the draft, you can't submit it to us until draft day.
Yep. So
I'm sure we're going to see a couple come draft day, because it normally happens. We have not gone. In my opinion,
I'm guaranteeing there'll be draft day trades.
Draft day trades.
Right, there'll be draft day trades. What I want to see, we really haven't in this league as opposed to the unknown league. A lot of not much trading in the offseason. Granted, we're still early; it's July, you know, and we're a couple weeks away. But by all means, hey, trade away, do some trading before you turn your 4 in. You know, it might help improve your 4. Whatever you want to do, the trading is open to rock and roll with. Again, next on our agenda, obviously we will probably have some type of food situation. Don't know if we'll order pizzas like we did in the past. I think we ordered the big ganja ones from Polito's, or if we're just going to maybe do a dish to pass, whatever. Again, that'll also be announced through the website, so look for that coming as well. Like Junior said, why don't you talk about the weekly shows?
Basically, what we're going to look at is, now that we're back in the wonderful time of fantasy football season, it's that time again. We're going to try to do a weekly show every week. I mean, obviously with schedules and stuff, in real life stuff that comes up, it's all going to depend on that. But depending on how that works out, we are going to try to at least come up with one every week. And then we also will hold a show. We already for sure got this set in stone. We're going to hold one between, obviously, when the deadline for your protected fours and when our draft is. We're going to try to hold like a little draft day special in between there somewhere. So we're going to try to for sure have that show planned. But as for shows in between, we'll do them as we see fit. If we see fit of every week, we're going to do every week. If we see maybe every 2 weeks, kind of keep you guys updated with what's going on. For those who don't pay attention to the league, that's what we're going to look at for weekly shows.
Absolutely. Obviously, a short show today, but it's fantasy football season time again, and we get to get together with all our friends, have a good time, trash talk, and a lot of trash talk, and just the camaraderie is so much more relaxed in this league as opposed to. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like not saying Prince's name, the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's his league. We got to do what we got to do, and stuff like that. So, any final words?
I guess just final words. I mean, we normally announce this before the show, but I will just announce it now. Do want to congratulate Barracudas last year on winning the championship. We normally, with our first show back, we can congratulate whoever won the previous season. So we do congratulate Barracudas on winning last year's championship. I believe that would be his first championship between both leagues he's been in.
Yeah, he did win in the league formerly known as Extreme Fantasy Football. There, I said it. God bless America. And he won in our league as well. So Barracudas, you are being gunned for in the Ultimate Fantasy Football League. So get ready for you. We're coming for you. I was going to look something up, but don't remember what it was. And by the time I find it.
And another thing I think we're going to look at too is normally we try to have a Hall of Fame inductee right around this time, right before the draft. I know we forgot about that, so we are looking at possible candidates for that. So obviously we're going to take a lot of different considerations for many different things to get qualified. I mean, we got a lot of people right now in the league who are Hall of Famers, but not to say that we can't add at least one more member this year. So we are going to look into that, and that will probably be announced around our August 12th show. We're going to probably talk it amongst the commissioners, and then maybe even let you guys decide for this one. Like if we come up with a couple different people, we might just be like, okay, who do you want to see in the Hall of Fame, and maybe go with that. Because unlike previously, we want to include you guys. We don't want to just be with the main head office people. We want to get you guys involved. Like there were times last year we would get you guys involved. So I mean, we want to be more of a, I guess you can say, we want you guys kind of to help us out with it. Like as we'll run the league, we'll run rules and stuff, but if there's stuff that we think, oh well, maybe we want to see what your guys' input would be, like obviously we're going to shoot that out to you guys and be like, what do you guys want to see? So that way you can get some feedback. Because obviously we see one side, but we're not on the other side. We're running a league. We're not just, okay, we're just the owners in this league and playing fantasy football. So we don't see just from that angle. We see from two different angles. So getting you guys' input as well is going to kind of help us. And that's what I figure what's got this league busted up pretty good and running very strong, surprisingly only in 3 years.
That's right. Like I said, when your dad created this league, totally different atmosphere. Totally. And I'm sure, again, Mike will agree, Patrick will agree, some of you others who have been in that formerly known league. And that was the idea, especially with you, Mike, wanting to bring you in. We knew and know you didn't want that hassle. We can guarantee that the hassle's gone. It's a fun league. Oh, trash talking a must. Let it fly, whatever, but it's done in a good way, and anything that we do is taken into consideration because of what you guys do for us in the Ultimate Fantasy Football League. That's all I got. What about you?
I think that's about it right now.
All right. Well, again, we probably will do a show prior to the protected four list coming out, and then you'll know more information. But also, please look at the website. Well, you get email notifications if you set your account up like that. If you have problems logging into your account, contact Bruce and myself. There's a law firm again. Bruce and
We're gonna make this a law firm
BBD. One of these days, a law firm or whatever. Just log into one of us or contact one of us. But everybody should be able to retrieve their information. If not, we can do that. I think we helped Mike do that, or Mike could do it himself. But yes, until the August 12th show, I'm the Stubborn.
And I'm Junior.
We'll see you in probably about 2 to 3 weeks. See you later.
It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it?